Will my student loans be forgiven under President Biden and the Biden administration? When it comes down to student loan forgiveness on this type of scale, now we're not talking about the PSLF, Public Service Loan Forgiveness waivers, or any adjustments being done to income-driven repayment. We're talking strictly about mass forgiveness of federal student loans authorized by the president. Quick history, we've been talking about mass student loan forgiveness since I've joined and started working in higher education policy. So that's at least 13 plus years. It's never happened before, but at the same time, it hasn't had this much media attention and a president who's promised to look into it and his ability to do so. While I can't tell you if it's going to happen or if it will help you with your student loan debt, I can tell you what you should look out for and what you should really understand if something does happen. For example, chances are it's going to be federal student loans that will be affected by any sort of forgiveness authorized under the president. So if you have private student loans, that's not going to be a loan that will be forgiven. And when it comes to federal student loans, something we learned with some of the COVID relief, sometimes it depends on the type of federal student loan you have. If you don't know, you should go double check to see if you have a direct loan or a FFEL loan or a Perkins loan. Better to do that now so that you can listen to some of those keywords or look for some of those keywords if something is announced. I'm gonna keep saying if. Another thing you wanna double check, if there's any sort of income restrictions and how that income will be assessed. If it's assessed as you as an individual, if you're married, is it gonna be based on your individual income or the combined income of you or your spouse? And does it matter how you filed your taxes? Something to look out for. Something else you should listen for, what type of loan status your loan needs to be in. So that might be a little bit confusing, especially if you're new to student loans or you are still in school and your loans haven't entered repayment yet. You're gonna have to wait and see if it applies to all loans regardless of their repayment status, if they're still in an in-school status, if they're in a grace period, if they're in repayment, or a default. You want to look out for the details and the terms on how student loan forgiveness will affect you. So unfortunately, while we're getting this question a lot, the answer is it depends. There's a lot of moving pieces that would have to be considered and a lot of information that kind of has to be resolved and announced and established before we can give you a definitive answer. We will keep you up to date as soon as we know anything. So keep an eye on edvisors.com. And of course, we'll be putting information on our social media channel as soon as we know. So make sure to follow Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.